What's going on, guys? It is currently Halloween right now as I'm filming this, so hope all of you are having a great Halloween. And we also just hit 250,000 subscribers yesterday, so that is awesome. Thank you guys so much. And right now I'm just working on the wagon. I'm getting that wastegate put onto the manifold. So it was kind of hard to find out where I need to put this because it's really tight up in here. But I'm thinking I'm just gonna put like this 45 I have facing down off of the collector underneath there, and then weld the wastegate flange off of that, and it should work. I can't really, hold it in there with one hand, but I'm gonna try to get it welded up real quick, and hopefully it turns out all right. So I'm gonna get to that right now. All right, got the turbo unbolted because it turns out you can't take it all out at once.
Still looks fresh though. Look at that.
It still looks good. It's like something was leaking on it. All right, so I got my manifold off and it's in the vise right now, and I've already started to drill a hole. I messed up and went a little low at first, but I'm gonna put it a little higher. But I would normally use my plasma cutter to cut out the hole for this wastegate dump right here, but I'm missing the air chuck for it. So we just went and picked up a hole saw real quick, and I'm just gonna hole saw through it and then weld it from there. All right, so we've been working on the wagon for a bit, and since it is Halloween, we've been giving out candy to some of the kids, and we're gonna see if some of them want a bag of rice, in case any of them have some turbo Hondas or anything. No, we're just being generous.
We got a lot of rice here at this house, so.
They're probably gonna think it's really weird, but we're just gonna mix the bags into the candy and see if they say anything. Oh yeah, it's looking good right there. I mean, who wouldn't want a bag of rice, right? At least some of the kids around here know who we are, so they might get the joke. We'll see if they come by.
Got some trick-or-treaters here.
What's up, boys?
What's up, vlog?
You guys want some bags of rice?
Sure, yeah.
For your dad's Honda?
Yeah, no, he doesn't have it no more.
No?
No, he sold it.
Yeah, the guy that we sold it to, he wrecked it.
What up?
He wrecked it.
Did he?
Yeah.
The guy that we sold it to wrecked it.
Yeah,
Is this on the YouTube Boostedboiz fam?
So you guys want some rice or what?
Sure. Yeah.
Here you go. Take some bags of rice, kids.
Thank you.
This is for when you get a Honda in the future.
Why?
Rub it on there. It'll do magics. Just rub it. Then
Yeah.
put it in the exhaust.
You put that in the gas tank and it makes it go faster.
Kyle's are better. Is that actually a YouTube vlog?
Nah, it's not.
Hey, vlog.
Put that rice to good use.
I want more candy. Can I have some more candy?
Yeah, here you
Yeah,
go.
here.
Yes!
You're probably the last kid.
This is all that's left.
Well, sure.
Oh, you just got robbed.
More rice? I want some more rice.
You want some more
rice
rice?
right there. Hey, take that right
No,
there.
hey, this kid needs some more rice.
This kid needs some more. Hold on. We're gonna get you some more.
Oh, she gave me some more rice?
Hold on, you need more rice. Hold on. A what?
Foxy.
A foxy? What's a foxy?
Right, this kid,
A guy off
dude, this kid gets a bonus. Here you go.
What the? You said.
He asked for more rice.
Robbed, though,
Here,
dude.
here's a couple more. You want some more rice?
Yeah, I
Yes, I
want
want
some
some
more
more rice.
Alright.
Look at my bag. Look at mine.
Well-
Dang, you got a little candy.
Well, this is the best one right here.
The rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's not going on YouTube.
It is.
Yeah. Say what up.
It's the
Shout out.
Halloween
Shout
edition.
out.
The Halloween edition.
Shout outs, Nicholas Goodson.
Here you go.
Shout out Noah.
Do you want some more rice or are you good?
Yes.
You want more
And
rice?
shout out Boostedboiz.
Yes.
Yay, Boostedboiz for days.
He gave us more rice. He gave us link in the bio. March link in the bio.
And he gave us more candy.
Yeah, he gave me a whole
Do you guys have merch?
Yeah, it sounded like a God church. No, I'm just kidding.
You should give us some merch.
give us a shirt.
Yeah, give us a shirt.
Yeah,
I
later
don't have
on.
any right now, or I would.
Do you have stickers at least?
Just come back in a couple days. We'll
Yeah,
have
just come
them
back. We'll get some for you guys.
Okay.
Bye, Boostedboiz.
Enjoy the rice. Enjoy the rice.
Ciao, fools.
All right, so we got the hole drilled out, but it's a little too big. So I kind of misjudged the hole saw size, and we're gonna have like a pretty good gap all the way around. So I'm just gonna have to fill that in with the welder. That's pretty shitty, but it's whatever. It'll still work. So I'm gonna get this welded on, and hopefully it fits up how we want it. And yeah. hopefully Waggle will be able to make some boost here pretty soon. I'm just kind of a little upset with that gap, but it's not horrible. It's definitely weldable. So I got the wastegate flange completely welded to this 45-degree elbow right here, and right now I just have it tacked to the manifold to make sure it's at the angle I would like. And the turbo's already in place of where it needs to be, and the wastegate is going to sit just like that. So it's going to have a clear shot straight down for a dump. That'll be nice and easy, and it still clears the intercooler piping just fine, and I should still be able to run a oil return with no problem. Right now it's kind of hard to see on camera, but I have this 90-degree fitting, and you know I could go like out and around with it, but I do plan on taking this fitting off, and then I'm just going to have probably a 45 that goes kind of off this way and then down and around the manifold and to the oil pan. But this will work for right now, and I'm just glad the wastegate kind of clears everything. It was kind of hard to find where it needed to be, but it's looking pretty good right there. So I'm going to take the manifold back off and get it completely welded up, and she'll be ready to go.
Pretty dang good. That one came out really nice, honestly.
That one came out pretty good for being a giant hole. Alright, I got it all the way welded up. Came out pretty good for having a gap all the way around it that was pretty big. I ended up just running 2 beads on the outside right there, and it filled it up really nice. So it came out pretty good, and the wastegate should fit where I want it. And while that's cooling off, because it's still really hot right now, I think we're going to try to take both of these wastegates apart. So this is the new one from eBay, and then I'm going to take this old one apart, and we're going to try to swap out the springs if the eBay springs fit in this other eBay wastegate. But this one does look quite a bit bigger, so I'm not sure if the springs are going to be too big out of that one. But I want to put those in there because I have no idea what PSI springs are in this one. And if I can fit the springs out of this one into the new one, then I won't have to retune it or anything, and it will be running on the same boost. So we're gonna try to get those switched out real quick. So we did get both wastegates apart, but the spring out of my old wastegate wasn't too big necessarily, but it was too tall. And when it was compressed all the way down in the new one, it would like max out before you could even get the bolts in. So we couldn't use this one. We had to just leave the ones that it came with. From what we could tell, they feel pretty similar, but you know, there's no way of telling just from compressing it with your hands. So we won't find out until we get the car all the way together and go and try to make some boost. So I'm definitely going to bring the Honda with us when we do that, just to see how much PSI it is making. And I just got to make sure I'm watching the air fuels and stuff in case it does try to over boost or anything like that. But I don't think that those springs should make more than 20 PSI. But you never know. It is an eBay wastegate, so who knows what's in there. But yeah, we got the manifold back on. It's still lining up pretty good. The wastegate looks pretty good where it's at. So now we just got to get the turbo back on and put the oil lines on, and she'll be ready to go. So everything is tightened back down. The turbo's on the car. Both of the oil lines are ran. The oil return comes a little close to the wastegate, but I don't think it should be an issue for now. I do plan on redoing that. And I got the charge pipe back on, and we're ready to take her around the block. So we have the laptop hooked up inside the car. Gonna see how much boost this thing makes, and I'm just gonna be careful not to over boost it, make sure I'm watching the air fuels and stuff like that. But I think she'll be all right. So we'll see how she does on the new manifold with a wastegate.
And suddenly, to my surprise,
Get some Halloween music up in here. You probably can't hear anything on the camera with the subs going on.
It's okay.
Probably just sounds like a blur.
Slaps though, that's for sure. Slaps. Go for it.
Catalog real quick. Alright, ready? hit 20.8 psi, 20.9 psi was the highest. Can I see it? See it on the camera? Right there in pink, sorry if that's hard to see. 20.9 psi, so it's making almost 1 psi more than it was before, which is perfectly okay with me. Air fuels look great. So that wastegate's pretty much set right there. That's perfect.
Felt good too.
Yeah, it felt really good. So I'm gonna do a couple more pulls and call it a night.
Yeah, it's missing like half the bolts, but whatever. So it still feels really nice though. Pulls very nice. Consistent. Yeah, I'm happy. It feels really good. Oh yeah. I don't know what was up with the old manifold, but like something else was rattling really bad in the engine bay, and whatever it was stopped now. So that's good too. This sounds way more solid.
Well, we made it back in one piece. Seems like she is running great. The oil return line seemed to do okay as well, even though it is pretty close to the manifold. Didn't melt or anything like that. Looks like it's in good shape. So yeah, she's running awesome, making 21 psi, and the air fuels were perfect. I don't even think it needs to be retuned at all. So that's some great news. Some other things I still need to do on this are I do want to make a new intercooler pipe for this side, because I have it running under the distributor, because a long time ago when I just, you know, did the eBay setup as fast as I could, I left the battery in the stock location, and I even tried to leave the AC and stuff, so I had to keep everything like really tucked. But now that I have the battery in the back and all the AC stuff's out of the way, I can make this intercooler pipe come up through here and, you know, make it look a little nicer. And I need to clean up some of the wiring over here, you know, just start cleaning up the engine bay on this thing. But overall, I'm really happy with where it's at so far. And winter is coming up, so that is my favorite time to take this thing out, is when it snows, since it is all-wheel drive. This thing is a blast in the snow, and I haven't got to play with it too much in the snow ever since it's been boosted, at least not when it was making anything over 200 horsepower, that's for sure, and now it's making 300. So I'm kind of excited for winter to come. The other cars are probably going to stay in the garage while we're out ripping the wagon. But yeah, I'm definitely happy with how far this thing has come. There's definitely going to be more videos on this in the future. And with that being said, that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Hope you all had a great Halloween. I pretty much just spent most of the day getting this thing running again, and also getting some other things ready for a trip that's coming up this weekend, which I'll tell you guys about probably tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, you'll find out the day after that. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Also, thank you for 250,000 subscribers. That is awesome. And I guess we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.